channel. It is fall time here and I'm going to be showing you all things fall. We're going to be doing some appetizers today. I wanted to show you 5 appetizers that I know you're going to love for fall time, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, you guys, we're going to get started on some caramel apple pretzel bites. We're going to need a small cookie sheet pan, and I just have these like small Halloween pretzels. I couldn't find any of those pretzel snaps, so I'm just improvising and using these. These are like pumpkins and bats. I'm not like a huge proponent of Halloween, but you know, I'm just using up what I have, I guess. All right, and so I'm gonna take our pretzels and lay them out. I have about 30 pieces here, and then I have our caramels. And in the package, I believe they give you about 40. So you can do up to about 40 in one package. I just have a small package. And I'm just going to put our caramels right on top of our pretzels, just like what you see here. Once they're all laid out, I have my oven preheating for 250 degrees, and I'm just gonna put that in there for about 5 to 7 minutes. Once I have that in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and get started on my apples, and I am just dicing them up. And no, I do not use an apple cutter. I never have, and I probably never will. I just cut it just the way that you see here. I just have never been conformed, and it always seems like it's kind of hard to push down on those apple cores, so I just don't use them. I'm just going to chop them up into kind of bite-sized pieces, and then I have a bowl of water that has some lemon in it. I usually either do lemon water or you can do salt water, whichever is fine. You just want to put them in there for about 5 minutes, just let them soak just a little bit, and that's just to keep them from going brown. And I'm just going to damp my paper towel. I'm going to put these apple bites just off to the side, and by then my caramels should be ready to go. They are nice and melted, and so I'm just going to lay my apples right on top. And if you guys have a toothpick, this would be even better. That way everything kind of stays in place. Also, if you wanted to add some type of like, I think something like chocolate would be even better on top of these apples. So if you wanted to like drizzle like a little bit of chocolate, that would make this snack even more fantabulous. All right, and that is it. Look how good all this looks. Oh my goodness, my kids were in love with this. This was a wonderful appetizer for sure. All right, you want to try one? It hits the spot. All right. Does it need anything? Perfect. All right. Up next are some sweet and saucy little Smokies. You guys, we're going to be making this in the crock pot just to make life a little bit easier. Of course, you can do this on the stove top. So I have about 24 ounces of little Smokies. I'm going to have this container of chili sauce, which I've never made anything with this before, but let me tell you, it works. You're going to need a whole container. I think it's about 24 ounces of grape jelly. Alright, and then I didn't have like a complete full container, so I am just going to put in just a little bit more of like this strawberry spread that I have. I'm going to go ahead and give that a good stir. Alright, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put the lid on. I'm going to let this cook on a low heat for about 3 hours. It really doesn't need a whole long time, but let me tell you, this has amazing flavor. The sauce is not like running at all. It really thickens up really nice in the crock pot. I absolutely loved the flavor of this. I've made little Smokies so many times in so many different ways, but this one is phenomenal. I love this flavor combo. So good. Okay, for this next one, we are going to be making an orange cranberry dip. So what we're going to need is 1 block of cream cheese. We're just going to place at the bottom of our bowl. I need 1/2 cup of dried apricot, and then 1/2 cup of dried cranberries, I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of orange juice. All right, and then go ahead and give that a good mix. And if you want this to have more of like an orange flavor, you can put in about a tablespoon of orange zest, and that would add and enhance the flavor a whole lot. We're gonna go ahead and scrape the bowl and then just put that off to the side. You can also put some nuts in this or even on top, but I love this with some crackers, graham crackers, saltines, Ritz crackers, any type of like buttery cracker. You guys, this is going to hit the spot. This is such a great appetizer. I'm bringing this to a family function. All right, y'all should know me by now that if it can go in the crock pot, it is going in the crock pot. So I'm definitely doing these meatballs in the crock pot. I know that if you do this on the stovetop, I think you can get like a thicker juice. I just like life that's on the simple side, so I'm gonna put this all in the crock pot. I'm gonna put in half a cup of jelly or any type of jam that you have. I used this Aldi brand and it was fantastic. And then half a cup of honey, and then 1 cup of barbecue sauce just right on top. Go ahead and put the lid on and let that cook on a low heat for about 3 to 4 hours. I'm telling you, the flavor of these is amazing. I usually don't typically like meatballs, just any type of frozen meatballs. I'm just not a huge fan of, but I was in love with this one. I could not stop eating them. So delicious. The flavor was amazing. It had just the right amount of sweetness, and with the barbecue sauce, this one was a huge hit, and I know you guys are gonna love it too. For this last one, we're going to be making a caramel apple cheesecake dip. So to a bowl, we're going to need 1 block of cream cheese, and then we're just going to stir that around to make sure it's nice and softened. I have 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, half a teaspoon of lemon, and then half a teaspoon of vanilla. All right, and then go ahead and give that another good stir. All right, and once that's stirred through, I'm going to set that off to the side, and then I'm just going to kind of scrape the bowls and just put this into it like a smaller bowl. That way I can pour some caramel sauce. You can do any type of caramel sauce that you want. I just have this in the fridge. Yeah, it's completely up to you. This is more of like for ice cream and just like a drizzle, but it actually worked very well. And then I have this like Keith toffee bits that we're going to be using, and I'm just going to sprinkle a couple tablespoons just right on top. And then that is it. We have our apples that I went ahead and sliced up. You guys, this is fantastic. It's the dip is very, very thick, which I really enjoy, but it has a great sweetness to it. It really pairs well with apples. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoy it. If you found value in this content, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing below if you have not already. I'd love to have you here on this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.